You guys have been asking me about Andile Jali for weeks now, for weeks and months of this show. People have just been jumping in and asking me, where's Jali going? Where's Jali going? Is he going to Chiefs? Is he going to Pirates? He was seen in Cape Town. He was seen training, no kanda kanda. There was so much happening regarding Jali. And it turns out that he's found his home with the Dube Birds, following Coach Steve. Coach Steve, former Mamelodi Sundowns, I don't know what to call him, head coach, first team coach. I don't know what the name is that the Sundowns fans use and Sundowns uses, but Steve joined Moroka Swallows. Andile Jali has signed with Swallows. Apparently, according to reports, it's a 1-year contract. They still haven't said whether there's going to be an option to renew after a year, but he signed a 1-year contract. So there we go, to a senior coach. Now I know these people as assistant coach. I don't know where all of this other stuff came from. So we're going to start here. I've got 2 more things that I want to speak about, but let's start off with Jali. I'm going to open up the lines here on TikTok. Please remember, you have to be following me in order for you to jump on. Let's just make sure that on sound, we're not having some issues. There we go. So guys, request and I will let you in and we can speak about these transfers. Okay, let me allow my panel in. Okay, Kevin, welcome to the show. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good. Finally on your show.
No, everybody gets in at some point. I want to ask you, with this Jali signing right here, what do you think of it? First things first.
I think it's a good one for the team. Look, they're looking to be better than what they are right now. And look, it's experience. I think that's what they need. They need experience. We know the coach is very talkative. But let's hope we can put that on the pitch, and it's an exciting season.
I like how you said talkative because he's not just talkative, he uses very big words. But why Swallows? Why would Jali go to Swallows of all the teams? I mean, I'm sure a player of Jali's caliber could have attracted people from the rest of Africa, maybe gone to the big two, the other big 2 teams in South Africa. Why did he choose Swallows of all the teams?
I'm not sure why, though, I'll be honest, but I think also, remember, whatever in Swallows, it will allow him to be kind of the main man in a way. Okay. Because they do have. Let's say, for instance, just hypothetically, if he had to go to Cape Town Spurs, that's just been promoted, there's some big star players there that are seasonal. So, he still wouldn't be the star player. But with Swallows, number one, you got a coach that is well known and is very well versed within the soccer, illiterate side of things. Okay. And he knows that he would be the star player and he would be, taken care of, and, players will look up to him because Swallows, let's be honest, it's just a team that is your average team in the league. And, we can't say it will always be like that, but that's where they're at. And for me, I wish our South African teams, because we were talking the other day about the PSL and the AFCON League. I wish we could be so professional, and we have the chance to be professional within South Africa, and we expose worldwide with certain things in South Africa. Can we not run a soccer team in the league, in the PSL League, as a copycat to the English Premier League or any other league that we look up to? Can we not put those systems in place?
No, I hear you. Let me bring the other guys, because that is a very wide topic. I might just make it a topic on its own for one of these days. Simpio, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
Ngiyaphila bafethu njani?
No, ngikran, Prime. What do you say? Ngalenda. Now, which
Eish,
one
le ndaba
sign is?
lena. It all went down to the offer that they gave him,
Okay.
especially in terms of the contract agreement. You know,
Mm.
when you're at that age, predominantly you're no longer looking for imali kakhulu, but you just want to enjoy football. You
Okay.
know, so you don't want a lot of interference from the management. You know, sorry about that. I keep getting a call. Yeah, well, we don't need a lot of interruption. So I felt like they sat down with Steve. Steve gave him probably some assurances around his minutes, you know, some guarantees around his minutes. Uti, I want to build a team around you.
Yeah.
So you're gonna feature for as long as you are fit. Maybe you're gonna play this amount of minutes, you know. And he felt Uti, going to a team like Swallows, it will give him that platform to enjoy his football, you know. But also, he's going to a club that does not have issues with signing old players. If you
Okay.
go back, Swallows, you have your Usbaya, you had
Mm.
your veterans, you know, you had
No, about Macbeth.
your
Hey, man.
Beth, you know. You know,
Yeah.
everyone went there to revive their career.
Abo
Chabang came from
Nomvete.
they came from a year of retiring of football, and then he was brought back by Swallows. You know, Abo Nomvete, you know, Abo Chinene, you know, all of these players, you know, had a good spell at Moroka Swallows. So I feel with the culture of what he was looking for is what that is a team that was going to provide him those type of guarantees within the premier within the PSL itself. Yeah, well, so I feel Uguti, when he sat down with these other clubs, he couldn't get guarantees that he needed. So he just felt Uguti, maybe Swallows is going to give him a platform to enjoy his football, you know, within the dying minutes of his career.
I want to ask you just a quick follow up. Do you think that Abo Chiefs and Pirates made active attempts to try and get him?
They did, but then I feel Uguti, they were not decisive enough, you
Okay.
know, around his liking. Remember also, Chiefs, Pirates, and these big clubs, you know, they felt Jali towards the end of his Mamelodi Sundowns career, he was a little bit, he had a little bit discipline issues. Yeah, but he had a
Okay.
fallout. He had a fallout, you know, with management, attained, you know. So from a PR perspective, they had reservations now. With each,
Oh, okay.
you know, we're bringing a person who's gonna bring a little bit bad media as well. So I feel that didn't help his cause in terms of the deal that he could secure, you know, from an agent point of view. Yeah, well, so I feel that's why he ended up with a team that was like his Swallows.
Okay. No, I hear you. Let me bring in Hausa. Oh, no, there goes Hausa. Pitso, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
I'm good. Zeb, how are you doing? How are you guys?
No, we're great. What do you make of this Jali signing by Swallows?
No, Jali was actually saved by the fact that Steve Khompela accepted the Swallows job. Otherwise, I'm telling you, Jali would have been at home right now if Steve did not leave Sundowns.
Home kiko guy. Let's start the home kiko guy. Okay. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
Now,
Go on.
Steve rescued his career mainly because even from Sundowns, Jali and Steve had a very good relationship.
Yeah.
It's a father to son it's a father to son kind of a relationship. And I basically for Pirates, Jali, I think it's it's Saturday when Mike McCabe said that he was talking to Pirates, but Pirates said they think they are well for that position. They are occupied for it. They don't see a need for them to come back. So yes, so I think it was just a matter of him being rescued. Other than that, he was finished.
But why not Naturena? I mean, we know well enough that there's a certain team there that needs a midfielder of Jalil caliber. Why not go to Chiefs?
Well, I think Chiefs showed a lot of interest in Jali before the allegations of misbehavior and alcohol. I think that's where Chiefs dropped all the interest after they heard about his behavior. Otherwise, I think he was going to fit very well in Naturena, but well, it is what it is. But again, I'm thinking if Chiefs were gonna, but I think they were gonna afford him, especially now that Chiefs were strategic to release Billiard, by the way.
Yeah.
And
Release.
I'm
Pella, that statement that Bushiga in it. But anyway,
yeah, and let's not even get surprised when we see Billiard in the Swallows jersey. Mark my words.
Okay. No, I hear you. No, we'll look out for it. Any reason why?
They are talking. They are talking. The agent is talking with Swallows.
No, I hear you. Let you know, Khoza. Khoza, welcome to the show, my brother. You dropped off Khanye.
Yeah, thanks, man. Load shedding hit us, so I had to reconnect real fast. So
no stress. Thank you for joining me through load shedding.
the moment they said Steve was the head coach of Swallows, I knew this was gonna be his marquee signing. If you looked at Jali and Steve's post before they both left Sundowns, they were giving off vibes of wherever you go, I will follow. So after I saw that, I was like, an icon. Surely he's gonna go to. But then it's a great move for him,
Okay.
Apparently his teams are toxic, so hopefully he'll enjoy himself, play his football. So for him it's a great move. I just hope that Billiard joins him, soon. The guy needs to get some football game.
So then
no, he must leave Chiefs, man.
I'm just shocked. But I want to ask you. I want to ask you. Expand a bit more on that toxicity. Why not Pirates? Why not Chiefs? Why not Wydad Casablanca, who apparently want Billiard? Why not those teams, man? Why go to Swallows, where, you're probably not going to see CAF Champions League again, maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see what Steve does. You're not going to get to those heights again. Why not do that? Go home or go to Naturena.
I think sometimes we must look at the players' mental welfare. If there are rumors that saying that he's claiming that it's toxic at big club, sometimes you just need to restart. Maybe this might not be it for him. There might be a reason why they're saying that they're sending him for 1 year, because they know maybe Steve wants to give him that platform to say, okay, show South Africa what you still have. But then it would be difficult for Jali to leave one big club and go to another big club if that's his mentality. He's gonna get there, abasinya football at club, because Jali is not a bench player. He is not a bench player. He's a good guy. He's a good player. So I think him going to Swallows, it's good for him personally, not his career. But then after that, if Swallows does well, because now I saw that they finally got the Moroka Swallows part, so that legacy, that history, the CEO was like, it's rebranding, rebuilding. I was like, there goes the buzzword.
There goes the
South
word
Africa's favorite. If you're not rebuilding, let's go.
Project, rebuilding, young team. You know the words. Let me read some of these comments as I'm going to get back. Let's see, Sundowns mentor. I'm glad he joined Pirates. Didn't really want him. My leader always Kamapiliat. Kamapiliat is apparently negotiating with Wydad. Is it Wydad? One of the teams that want him is Wydad. No. That's Caleb. Piliat, nothing has been said just yet, but there is some interest from Africa. So we'll see what happens. Just heard Steve Kompela is talking to Kapinga and Billiard. Says Honorable Juju, Jali is a drunken master. Twene says money laundering. Jali wants peace. Says, well, how do you join the panel? You follow me, and then there's a request button there that you can join the panel on. Bronco Solos will be more competitive this season if they can add 3 or 4 experienced players. Potebo Homokwena, yes. What is happening with Dumsani Zuma? Not sure. I'll look for it and come back to you yesterday. Before I thought it starts at 10:30. What happened to the 12:30 session today? How it starts at 8, guys. We've been starting at 8 for 3 weeks now. But then the 12:30 session, hey guys, family things. I think Steve must get Vilagazi as well. Jali regressed past his prime. Pitso, you're wrong, Evan. Not a star anymore. Baribona Bashapuka Castillo. Chiefs doesn't need Jali. Prince, just request there. But my question is, Jali was fed to the wolves by Rulani, protected chief master and hanged Jali. The thing with Jali, he will think he's bigger than the team. Like I said, my brother last time, Kompella's going to use unused Sundowns players and more are coming. Steve Kompella being a Swallows will attract a lot of players to go there. I suspect also that Rulani's relationship with Steve, which wasn't cozy, might have led to Jali leaving, and he was sacrificed to push Steve. He wants to play week in, week out because he's got options. He just wants to play an important player to the team, coach, and club. Yes, White Dad, my brother. Yeah, White Dad. Simpiwe, hey, there's no space, but we'll come back on the next topic. Any news about, we're going to talk about that too. Calvin, it's a 1-year contract. So Jali's going there for a 1-year contract. And shouldn't, again, a player of Jali's caliber be able to attract a 2-3-year contract? What is the thinking behind that 1-year contract, do you think? And also, how much does Jali still have in the tank? Do you still think he can give the league great performances?
So I would say to them, I'm a super sub, ne?
Yeah, no, I hear you, Roy. I'm coming to you.
So to my understanding, they did give him a 2-year contract.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that is so. It's a 2-year contract. He's 33. He's 33 years old, which means we all know that once you get to 35, 36, that's the end of your career. So I feel he's got a good 2 years to push, because when you're 33, you still got energy. You're still a little bit young. You can
especially
still
in our league. Our league 33 is the prime of your career.
Yeah, no, definitely. So I think that's going to suit him very well. He's got a 2-year contract, and I mean, Swallows is not it's as much as it's a mid-table team. It's not a small team, so it still makes sense from a career point of view. So to the likes of him going to other big clubs, it gives him a chance of still staying in South Africa. And maybe at home, you never know.
And where do you see this Swallows team finishing off this season?
That's an interesting one. I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't know. I see them as a middle class team. So I see them finishing at least maybe top 10, top 9, somewhere there. Yeah, I see them finishing there.
But Steve is that guy. But okay, no, it's fine. He'll come back.
No, let's be honest about Steve. Let's be honest about Steve. Okay, this is my opinion.
Okay.
Steve is it's like somebody that is studied to be something in life.
Okay.
You go to law school, or you go and study for something.
Yeah.
And when it's time to do the skill part of the something that you've studied, that's the thing. That's the thing with Steve. Yeah. Because he makes you so excited about how he's going to change the team and how he speaks and so forth. And it's beautiful for us as friends. But we just don't see what he speaks as an action on the field. And I feel like if those two can match, Steve would be the best coach in South Africa, even better than Pitso. Let's be honest. Because he's got what it takes to do everything that Pitso is doing,
Yeah.
but we just don't see the results. So I don't know where's the miscommunication on the field, and when it's time to do what he speaks as a philosopher, I just
So,
don't know where it just doesn't come through.
so you're predicting we're gonna see more of that Free State style Steve, where like the team is stable, but it's not gonna go like too far, even after going to the Harvard of PSL.
No, I'm definitely predicting that. Look, they've got a good chairman. I like the way they've got good leadership within the club, and you can see a few changes that's happening that's positive. But I just don't see Steve needs to be with the big club as when he was with Chiefs, Mamelodi as an assistant or somewhere along the line, because that works for him,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's good to be the mentor to the
Okay.
younger guys there. I think that suited him. I think the position in Mamelodi Sundowns suited him.
Okay.
Because he's a good mentor. He's a very good mentor, and he can guide you to the right places. So let's see what happens. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just believe that Steve will be the same old Steve. Nothing would change, and maybe the panel can put their views on that.
Okay. No, I hear you. I hear you. Let me bring you to Pitso on that note. Pitso, okay, Jali, I'm hearing here that it's 2 years. I'm seeing people saying that it's 1+1. So let's go that it's 1+1, a year and an option to extend. Does Jali, why would Jali take that type of contract when he could probably get a 2-3 year contract somewhere else? And then also, does he have anything to give more? And then lastly, where do you see Steve and Swallows finishing? Is Steve gonna revert back to Free State Stars, Steve? Or does he have, man, did he learn something, go Sundowns, that can push Swallows a bit further?
Well, Jali, like I said, the 1+1, it's 1 year with a year option to renew. I do believe it came, number one, it is looked at his age, that is on his now prime time.
Okay.
Number two, I'd like to believe that because there were issues about his behavior and alcohol abuse, they did not really want to say 2 years, because maybe they were afraid that he might be comfortable in that, and they don't want him to be comfortable enough. They want him on his toes. So I'd like to believe that's why they said 1+1 year. Otherwise, like I said, he had to accept the offer, because this was the first and the last offer for him. There was nothing he could do. So he had no any other options. In terms of where Swallows will finish, Steve, let's face the truth, Bafoway too. There's nothing that's Steve has achieved nothing in South African football. He has achieved literally nothing. So he's that type, like I echo the same sentiments with Kevin. He is more like a mentor, the father figure.
Okay.
But in terms of football, he belongs there to, when you are at the hospital and they ask you how you are, and they will say you are critical but stable. So I think Swallows will be critical but stable. For now, they will still be here. But it's not going to be easy, I'm telling you. No, I don't see Swallows being in top 8 as they sneaked into top 8 this season. Well, with Steve, no, they
But
will
didn't he
remain in the
didn't he get something from Sundowns, man? He's been at school for 6 years, that Sundowns, however long he was at Sundowns. Didn't he, man, gain something that he could take to Swallows?
Yeah, but you see, at Sundowns, it was very difficult for him to say there's something I gained, because he has always been the number 3 coach. Always. So I don't see him, bringing something that is different from his own knowledge, And I think, again, he's going to apply the same philosophy that we know that is of Steve Kompela. He wouldn't want to come with different things now. He's going to apply that because, I mean, it worked for him. What is it? Free State Stars.
Free State Stars.
He knew that Free State Stars can go to a semi-final of a certain cup.
Yeah.
We knew that next season Free State Stars will still be in the league. No, this is the same eye we are going to look at Swallows.
Okay.
They will still be here, but let's be honest, they won't win anything. It will just be a miracle in jail for Swallows to win anything.
Okay, no, I hear you. How's that? Same questions for you. 1+1 contract for Jali. Does he still have, man? Can he still contribute to this Swallows team and push them forward? And why the 1+1 deal? Then the other question is, where's Swallows going to finish? The brothers on the panel have spoken about how they're going to be critical but stable. They're going to be there, but they're not going to do anything. Where do you stand on where Sundowns is going to finish? And not Sundowns, where Swallows is going to finish? And has Steve learned anything from Sundowns?
Let's start with Jali. The 1+1 contract. I think this one is he's gonna get game time.
Okay.
The other one for extension is it would be like, okay, we saw what you can do. If you want to keep you, there's that option.
Yeah.
You guys should be aware of something. We know how our PSL clubs are like. We're predicting Jali's that maybe this is his final off. We know there's a big club somewhere with a coach they don't want.
Yeah.
Who wants a play. Next season he might go to that club. We don't know how Richards Bay might come in with a 2-year contract after that. So that one is just for saying that, okay, Jali was good for us, let's extend it and then we'll take it on from there.
Okay.
With Coach Steve, hey guys, you guys are icon. You know how much I like Steve. Yeah?
Defend him.
I like Steve. I'm gonna defend him now. First of all, let me start by saying he had an amazing season at Kaizer Chiefs. So you guys. But then in all seriousness, what I liked about him, was that we saw what he did with Bloemfontein Celtics. Guys, how many coaches can say that with a team that's bankrupt, a team that doesn't pay people, they finish in the top 5? How many coaches can say that? I mean, in the top 8. How many coaches anywhere in the world can say that? Steve, yes, he's a mentor. He's a mentor, but then mentorship also plays a big role when you have a good technical team. We speak about people being managers and not coaches. Guys, what did we learn about Ancelotti when we heard that his son was the one who was doing the training? He was the one in the office. And Ancelotti is one of the top coaches. Or is it Ancelotti? I forgot who it was.
It was Ancelotti, yeah.
It was Ancelotti. Yeah, you see those things. Those guys are coaching top clubs now, because of the system they use. Steve's mentorship, all it needs is support from the technical team. The coach does not have to do everything. If we look at Pitso Mosimane, how many How many staff does Pitso go around with? And then look at how he enforces. Exactly, and look at how he enforces his style of leadership when he goes to clubs abroad. He hasn't failed. He hasn't failed ever since he started managing and stopped coaching. He hasn't failed. So maybe Steve is also like Kevin said. He might replicate what Pitso is doing. I'm not saying that he will be better than Pitso. That's an argument on its own. But then he might replicate what Pitso is doing. There's a rebirth happening at Moros. They might give him a chance, then say, do whatever you want. And I'm still looking for updates here. There are things that they're going to announce a new technical team at Moroka Swallows. So maybe what Rulani wanted to do, Steve is doing at Moroka Swallows.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I think with his this season, the return of Moroka Swallows, they are gonna see top 8, number 8, position 8. They're gonna see position
number 8. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'll take that. But you're defending him, Shem. But I'll take it.
I'm defending. I'm defending.
Maronza, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you doing?
Thanks so much, man. How are you?
Stretchile already.
You can, the sub, super sub, jersey number 10.
There's number 10 go benching So tell me, you are one of the first people to tell me that Jali's gonna go to Swallows. I remember it was on one of the lives where you said it. And here we are with Jali at Swallows. So I'm gonna ask you the questions that I asked the panel right now. Where 1+1 contract, does he have more to give? Why would he sign a 1+1 at Swallows and not sign a 3 years at Chiefs, for example? And then the second question is, Steve, where's Steve and Swallows going to finish up, guys? Did Steve learn anything from his Sundowns days that he's going to bring back to Swallows and maybe push them forward further than maybe we'd expect from them?
Yeah, okay, man. Thanks for hosting me, man, guys. And to the panel, guys, how are you, listeners, viewers, and all that, right? Let me tell you what happened, right? I'm sure of this. When Steve goes there, right? Remember, these days, coaches, when they go to teams, there's one mandate that they want. There's a demand from the team, right? To say we want this. These are our demands, And then the coach will say, my demands is to sign my own players. Do you understand me? That is the first thing first. I want to sign my own players. Can I have the right to sign players? And then they agree. Then when it comes to Jali, right? I'm sure there was an argument to say, no, man, you can't bring somebody older and all that. This is okay. Let's give him 1 year, right? Let's give him 1 year and see if we can opt for another year. You understand me? Because I think the relationship that they had with Steve, it was too good from Sundowns. Even though he was not playing and all that, I think when Rulani came in after the co-coaching and all that, Jali become out of favor because now Rulani had all the authority. You understand me? That's another thing that happened at Sundowns. So what happened is, I'm sure that when he went to Swallows, it was because of Steve's influence to say he must come and play for me. You understand me? But Swallows didn't have they didn't want. They wanted him as a player, but they were not sure about him, And if you can check at Swallows, how many players who are over 28? So many. If you can check the squad, yeah, there are very few. There's more of them which are over 28. So they look at the depth of the squad to say, no, we need younger players to beef with to compete with the guys who are experienced and all that. So we cannot bring another one. But another thing is, Steve told them to say, you know what, I need to build a team around somebody. We need somebody experienced for me to be defensive or to defend it or at the back and all that. So they needed somebody who is experienced. So that was one of the signings. Hence Steve won the Jali to come to Swallows because he assured him that you will come and play. I can assure you now, maybe you'll see Jali as a captain at Swallows. I assure you. Maybe you'll see Jali as a captain.
It felt like I Swallows.
Swallows, I have to defend Steve a little bit, It is football is all about luck. I think he's a good coach, but luck is not on his side all the time. Wherever he's going, he's not being surrounded by good players most of the time. Even at Chiefs, he was having trouble because I think Chiefs started after when Steve came to Chiefs, already Chiefs was starting to shake. There were so many cracks about Chiefs. So he didn't get whatever he wanted. People can say whatever they want, but I feel that there were so many cracks. So he's a good coach. Where he end up, I think what, I put my head on the block. It'll be number 5 or number 6.
Nazo.
Between those two numbers, he will be number 5 or number 6, and he will contest in one of the trophies. That's what I can assure you. And another thing that I need to say, watch the space. More players from Sundowns will come to Swallows because of Steve.
I'm seeing people
more
saying
players.
Kapinga. I'm seeing people saying
Kapinga is negotiating also. Is negotiating with 3 big clubs at Gauteng. I think when he finished for Safa, I say I'm traveling with my. If you can check his update, he says I'm traveling to Gauteng to speak with my agent. So if you're a football fan or you follow football, that says a lot, you know. So there's 3 clubs which is from Soweto, which is Pirate Chiefs and Swallows. So he's negotiating with one of the teams. So Swallows might be one of them. So he might go there. So why is the space? More players from Sundowns will leave Sundowns to Swallows, especially Steve. I think Steve, what he did to go to Sundowns, it was not coaching at most. It was to win the hearts of other players at Sundowns. That's another thing, as a learning curve. But winning the hearts of players. Remember, Sundowns has all the best players that South Africa has. So he was going to learn there. That's another thing. You know, you might think that guy was there to sit. He was not. And Steve speak his mind. Whatever he's speaking, then blah blah, the English, the big English. Why is the space? Number 5, number 6 for me.
Okay, no, I hear you, Ronnie. Let me read the comments. Firstly, shout out to Sizwe Nyembe 162. Thank you so much for the gifts. Guys, let's try get to 20,000 likes. We're on 11,000. Thank you guys so much for the 11,000 likes for now. Let's go. Let's get on going, guys. Let me read these comments. Kapinga to Swallows, it's a 2-year deal, 1+1. Dumilanga skis to be late. Load shedding kept me away. No stress, no stress. King Ronald. Honestly, my opinion is they're going to finish number 4. There we go. More people that are for Steve here. Swallows going to be in the top 8 above Chiefs. That's what I'm sure about. Yeah. He's not high risk, hence the short-term contract. Steve will finish number 6 or number 7. Jali is given that because of his behavior. Steve is a middle table coach. I think Jali wants to finish his career at Chiefs. He went to Swallows to have game time and later. Guys, we don't want later. He's 32 now, guys. Jali is going to do good in Swallows, and Compella's vision is to improve him. That is better. As sad as it sounds, Niti has nothing. Go Steve Ovo. Steve will prove you guys wrong. I see a top 7 finish for Swallows. Gocha Chiefs is old man with a wound on the feet. Is an old man with a wound in the feet trying to run 100 kilometers. Let's give him a chance. We do not know. He's not going to be comfort at the top. Swallows want to pull a Newcastle United similar situation and achieving success. Free State was in the business of selling players and not competing. My brother surprised Relani Lake Mutupa, Kutumela and Domingo are next to Swallows on loan. Hauser's doing the Lord's work. Hashtag protect Steve. As long as he finishes above Ntseki, for me, Swallows to sign Charlies to groom the youngsters and to motivate them. Swallows will beat Sundowns in the MTN top 8. Let me see what's happening on Facebook. See what comments have come in on the Facebook side. Okay, we're coming back to that one. We're getting to that one. I'm going to speak about it now. What's happening now? I wish Kaping can join Chiefs. That's when you can see to prayer. Very impressive. Our gents, Eta Lindani. Hey, no. Hey, spam comments. Anyway, has he signed for the Dubai Birds? Yes, he has signed for the Dubai Birds. Let me give quickly my thoughts, and then we can move on to the next guys with a new panel. Thank you guys for joining me, the guys on the panel now. Ronnie, I'm going to keep you on because you entered a bit late. But thank you so much, Calvin, Pitso, Khoza. If there's space, feel free to jump back on again. Okay, so how I feel about this is, you guys know my theory. For those who've watched my show before, you know my theory. My theory is very simple. I believe there are tiers of coaches, and I think Steve falls into the tier that is very good at coaching and does relatively well in the PSL, but they're not top tier. So top tiers, your Pitsos, top tiers, those type of coaches. And the bottom tiers like your Tinklers, well, not middle tiers like your Tinklers, your Hunts. Okay, Hunt maybe in the top tier, but there's tiers of coaches. And I think Steve is going to stabilize Sundowns. Swallows. And if he stays very long at Swallows, they're probably going to be a consistent top 6, 7 finisher. But I don't see them making the jump, right? With this Jali signing, I think it's very interesting to watch that Sundowns is making serious Swallows is making serious signings, right? This is a serious signing because everybody was looking for Jali to go to Chiefs, to go to Orlando Pirates. So it's very good to see the caliber of coach that Steve is in terms of he's a top 8 coach, consistently top 8, top 5, Bloemfontein Celtic, for example. So you'll see that. I don't see them changing anything anytime soon. The 1+1 is very interesting because I think Jali is a player that's won everything already. He's done everything. He's won all the trophies. He's been to Africa. He's done all the stuff. He's got a star, all of that. So the question was going to be, a 22-year-old Jali who's done everything, does he go to Chiefs? That's going to look like a long-term project with the microscope, with the pressure, with everything that comes along with playing with Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know if he does. You know, I wouldn't think you'd want to do that, especially as somebody who's been as successful as Jali's been. I don't think he would have gone to Pirates because, again, at Pirates, I'm 32, I've won everything. Why do I go to a team where I'm going to struggle to get into the first team or I'm going to have to really fight to get into the first team? So he chose a team where the coach that loves him, a coach that he likes, less pressure, is going to be a star. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see next season. Guys, low-key, I'm very excited for next season. Okay, let's move